Well, coming up, it is John Force getting ready to take on Tony Pedregon. Two of the winningest, the two winningest drivers in funny car history. And guys that have been pretty good rivals. They've come to this point in time with troubles in qualifying. John Force blew the body off. Tony Pedregon didn't even make it in until the last session, Mike.
Well, as you take another look at this final qualifying run by John Force, shortly after it left the starting line, it backfired the supercharger and launched that Ford right off of the chassis. As you mentioned, Tony Pedregon also did not get in until the final session, so both of these teams have struggled somewhat to get to the first round matchup here.
John Force's Ford, as he gets ready to go. A lot on that man's mind. There always is every weekend. I'm always amazed at how much he does. And he goes from one thing to the next, to the next, to the next.
And Paul, one of John's biggest concern when he got outside of the car was to run back and see what condition that Castrol body was in. Unfortunately, it was damaged enough that they were not able to run it today. I talked to Dean Antonelli, Guido, about what body they are running. He says it's their spare body. The only question, Mike, Dunn, is it's 15 pounds heavier. What kind of effect do you think that will have in these tricky conditions?
Well, you never want more weight on it if you don't have to have it, and it depends on where the 15 pounds, if it affects the balance. But they have a good handle on that. They'll make the proper adjustments to try to make that thing go right down the racetrack and get a win over Tony if they can.
Here we go. Pedregon, Force. Look at this. Look at this. John Force, 433 to a losing 439. 286-mile-an-hour pass for John Force. He overcomes the body getting blown off, puts down a great pass, and takes the win over Tony Pedregon.
Well, Tony had the advantage by 0.03 of a second off of the starting line. He might have been a little bit deep because he didn't have a great 60-foot time. But then John had the race car on the track. That 4:33 elapsed time advances him to the next round.
Dave Reed.
Guido, how good do you feel about seeing that car go 1,000 feet?
Well, after last night, obviously good. Guys did a great job getting the car ready last night, you know, and the track conditions are similar to yesterday, so we just kind of repeated what we were doing yesterday.
Unfortunately, now you got to go race your teammate, Mike Neff.
We'll take it.
Yeah, I was going to say there's good news and bad news. The bad news is you got to race a teammate who ran almost identical time.